morning and welcome to Farm Factor on Ag AM in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Cabus. On today's program, we focus on the Kansas Applicator Institute. The Institute was held in August at the State Fairgrounds in Hutchinson, Kansas. The program brought producers and industry professionals together for learning and networking opportunities. In addition to coverage over the Kansas Applicator Institute, we also feature From the Land of Kansas in our last segment. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers. This segment is brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
Welcome back to Farm Factor on Ag AM in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Cabus. On today's program, we focus on the Kansas Applicator Institute. The Institute was held in August on the State Fairgrounds in Hutchinson, Kansas. The program brought producers and industry professionals together for learning and networking opportunities. According to the Kansas Department of Agriculture, applicants must show adequate knowledge of the type of pesticide application that they intend to perform on their operation. Educational sessions like those at the Kansas Applicator Institute help to focus on that objective by educating producers and retailers to work together and best utilizing precision technology in crop protection application and spraying.
Today we're at the Kansas Agribusiness Retailers Applicator Training Program that's been going on for about 15 years probably. Operators from across the state come in for recertification hours. They get a lot of training on weed ID, chemical labels, nozzle selection, operator safety, and all the aspects of the custom application in ag retail.
The Institute provided several opportunities for the attendees to experience and learn about application techniques. Program topics focused on nozzles, future of reducing spray drift, herbicide modes of action, and more.
Well, the operators get hands-on training. They get weed ID. They actually have, actual weeds there. They have to learn how to identify them. They get hands-on training on nozzle selection, what different nozzles will do in the wind for drift control. Chemicals, labels, what the labels mean, just intense training on what they're doing every day, but maybe not realize.
As the drastic weather conditions and heat drag on this summer, farmers could have increased problems with application in the future. But the Kansas Applicator Institute hopes to show producers and retailers how to best utilize precision technology in crop protection application and spraying.
Yeah, today we have a ride and drive session so operators can actually get in a variety of different equipment from the various exhibitors and actually drive them in simulated field conditions. Fold the booms out, spray with them, really put them through their paces, get some, instead of just looking at a brochure.
Stay with us as we continue our story on the Kansas Applicator Institute in Hutchinson, Kansas.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas Corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com.
Hey folks, Dr. Dan here. Be sure to join me in Wichita, Kansas, September 15th and 16th as myself, Dr. Tom Knopfsinger, and Dr. Mike Apley are going to host Beef Today's Cowboy College. We're going to talk about how to start cattle on feed and some of the new management techniques of getting calves started on feed. To register, go on the internet to www.beeftoday.com/Cowboy College. Get registered, and I'll see you in Wichita, Kansas, September 15th and 16th.
Heinen Brothers Ag Service understands the risk and rewards of farming. As fourth-generation farmers themselves, they understand the importance of using the correct products on every acre. Farmers helping farmers. Heinen Brothers Ag offers quality aerial and ground application, fertilizer, ag chemicals, and anhydrous ammonia. Call today at 800-760-4964 or find us online at HeinenBrothersAg.com.
We started farming in 1970. It was harder work then than it is now, a lot more physical work and the wear and tear on my knees and my body. Now here I'm 70 years old. I started having knee pain here 4 or 5 years ago, and so I was looking for a stem cell clinic, and lo and behold, my good friend John Farley and Ken Wood, who'd been customers and friends for a number of years, opened their clinic, and in about 2 months my heel was a lot better, and then at the end of 3 months and then going on 4, my knee started making significant improvement, and it's sure been a blessing, because before I had the stem cells, I'd be driving a tractor, and if I sat in a tractor for 2 or 3 hours, when I got out I'd have to stop and get the kinks out of my knee and shake it, and today that's not a problem.
This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Good morning and welcome back to Farm Factor on Ag AM in Kansas. In this segment, we continue to focus on the Kansas Applicator Institute. One of the attendees and presenters at the event was a market development specialist with Dow AgroSciences. Dow AgroSciences is committed to increasing crop productivity through higher yields, better varieties, and more targeted pest management control like those exhibited at the Kansas Applicator Institute.
Dow AgroSciences cares greatly about stewardship of our products. Application of our products is critical for proper safety, and it's critical for proper application to make sure that herbicides work correctly. And so one of the things we do when we talk with grower groups or applicator groups like this is make sure and ensure that growers, retailers understand the proper application, the methods, the mixing of those products, and the proper safety equipment to wear.
Dow AgroSciences wants to help applicators with pesticide application with educating producers and retailers to work together and best utilizing precision technology in crop protection application and spraying.
As I talk with growers and retailers, one of the things that we always underline to them is the value of reading and understanding the labels that are put together by manufacturers. And so out of that you get a variety of things, not only safety precautions and the proper equipment to wear, but you also get recommendations on rates that's within there. You also get application tips, timings, and appropriate safety guidance towards crops so that you don't have a crop injury scenario. If you put materials on at the wrong time, you can really injure a crop. So there's a lot of time and money and effort spent developing those labels, and many growers sometimes will want to cast them aside because it'll be convenient for them, but there's usually a lot of research and effort invested in creating those documents, and usually they're very well researched. In terms of application technology, the most exciting thing we can offer them is new research, new products that will be coming out in the marketplace. We've got products in our corn portfolio that will be coming out next year. We'll talk more about products like Resicor. We'll have the opportunity to develop or launch, hopefully pending some EPA registration, a product called Culex, which will be very beneficial for Kansas growers in dealing with broadleaves and wheat. And so those two things really encapsulate what we're excited about as we look towards the future. And right now, with the aspect of sugarcane aphids coming up in Texas and Oklahoma, in sorghum, having a product like Transform insecticide to help with aphid solutions, guiding applicators through the appropriate application of that product has been really key for them.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome.
This is the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Jenny Choquette, Family and Consumer Sciences teacher at Shawnee Mission West High School, is joining us. Jenny, you work with Kansas Soybeans in that you incorporate information about soybeans in your food program or curriculum that you have during the school year.
The Soy Council provides us with resources and tools and funding as well to incorporate information about soybeans and how they grow and where they come from in our food and nutrition classes.
What do you see are the biggest benefits in this relationship that you have with Kansas Soybeans?
I think the biggest benefits are that this program gives us an opportunity to talk to students about farm to table and where our food comes from and how important agriculture is for our society. We also talk globally about our world food supply and how important it is for us to protect our resources. And some of those topics are not things that our young people are always thinking about today.
How have the students reacted? You've kind of mentioned on some of the things they look at. How have they reacted to this, and how have they taken to the soybean portion of the curriculum that you give them?
So it's always a fun experience because they're not always familiar with where these foods come from or how they're grown, and it's eye-opening for them to learn some of this stuff as well. And then with the funding that the Soy Council provides, it allows us to cook some of the foods with soy products and taste different things. So usually their first impression is they're not super excited to try tofu or cook with it, but it's very fun because by the end of the class, they love the foods that we make with it, and they're delighted with the things they've tried. And I know often they take the recipes home to their families and make them at home. So it's just a great opportunity for them to try something new that they wouldn't have probably chose to eat on their own without having it provided for them.
Jenny, have you tried to expand this, or would you like to expand this program in any way?
One way that we've expanded it here at Shawnee Mission West is just trying to incorporate it into all of our food and nutrition classes. We teach 24 classes throughout the year, and so we reach a lot of students that way through the program. We can highlight different things, like in the nutrition class, of course, we focus on nutrition. They do a project, it's called a recipe modification project, where they choose to substitute some ingredients and incorporate soy products and then calculate nutrients versus other culinary classes focusing more on the cooking and culinary side of it.
Jenny Choquette, Family and Consumer Sciences teacher at Shawnee Mission West High School, is our guest on the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Learn more at kansassoybeans.org. For Kansas Soybeans, I'm Greg Akagi.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
Healthy cows start with the new Hired Hand automatic livestock sprayer. Rancher invented to provide an efficient alternative to pour-on and injectable parasite management systems. The portable design allows cattle to treat themselves head to hoof. Strategic device placement with pass-through activation technology takes the stress out of parasite treatment for cattle and the rancher. Get the new Hired Hand for yourself or become a distributor. Visit cowsprayer.com. The new Hired Hand makes healthy cows easy.
No matter where, no matter why, the Veterinary Health Center at Kansas State University is committed to providing quality patient care to animals and exceptional customer service to their owners. From routine checkups to emergency and specialty care, our world-renowned specialists and experienced professionals are here to discover, to teach, and to heal.
Let us know.
How can I help? How can we help?
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
This segment brought to you by Heinen Brothers Ag, farmers helping farmers by offering quality aerial and ground application, fertilizer, ag chemicals, and anhydrous ammonia. Call today to protect your crop yield.
Welcome back to Farm Factor. In this segment, we'll talk with Chad Esmus, Technical Service Representative with BASF, which is the largest chemical producer in the world and is headquartered in Germany. BASF brings together agronomic thinkers, practices, insights, and inputs to the company.
It's my pleasure to present on behalf of BASF for CARA to these important applicators here. A little bit about plant pathology and basic plant pathology, what is plant diseases, plant disease cycle, and then we talk a little bit about fungicides, how they're classified, and how to use them properly.
Producers know that disease in insects can considerably decrease yields and economic returns, and 2015 was a big year for diseases, including widespread stripe rust, leaf rust, and head scab, affecting Kansas crops.
So, for example, one of the things we talked about this last year with the stripe rust pathogen that infected a lot of the wheat in the area. The concept of the latent period, how that pathogen spread in from the south, and there was infection, active infection going on at that time when guys couldn't see it. And the most effective fungicide applications and those results came when guys sprayed proactively before that pathogen and that disease really exploded in the field. So that's one example of what we talked about today and an application of that. Talking about fungicide resistance management using multiple modes of action, using a strobilurin and a triazole and a carboxamide. We talked about those things, and with BASF we have a number of different options with multiple modes of action across a number of crops to help guys manage their diseases effectively.
Gray leaf spot is a fungal disease that affects corn. The fungus survives in the debris of topsoil and infects healthy crop via asexual spores. Environmental conditions that best suit infection and growth include moist, humid, and warm climates.
So another example that we talked about in our discussion today was gray leaf spot and a number of the corn pathogens that have exploded across the state as well. So gray leaf spot, southern rust, those are examples of where those pathogens have moved in and have exploded rather rapidly, and an effective fungicide application using multiple modes of action applied in a timely manner before that disease cycle really blows up within the field is the most effective way to get a guy's investment out of that fungicide application.
Chad Esmus hopes to bring expertise and knowledge about application to producers in Kansas with educational workshops.
BASF, we strive to help growers get the most out of every acre, and we do that. We are the industry leaders in crop protection and in fungicide products as well. We have superior products and innovative research. So all of that rolled together is a great opportunity to be here today and to help these applicators. A lot of these applicators have run fungicides in the past, and help them understand what they're going after with those products and how to use them effectively.
After the break, we feature a story with the Kansas Department of Agriculture and the trademark program from the land of Kansas. Stay tuned.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
Heinen Brothers Ag Service understands the risk and rewards of farming. As fourth-generation farmers themselves, they understand the importance of using the correct products on every acre. Farmers helping farmers. Heinen Brothers Ag offers quality aerial and ground application, fertilizer, ag chemicals, and anhydrous ammonia. Call today at 800-760-4964 or find us online at HeinenBrothersAg.com.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
I will take action against herbicide-resistant weeds. I will know my weeds, and I will stop them before they go to seed. I will do whatever it takes to give my crops the upper hand, and I will use multiple herbicide sites of action because every action counts. I will take action, this time for all time.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back. We finished today's program with a feature over From the Land of Kansas, which is a trademark program from the Kansas Department of Agriculture. Recently, in an effort to promote a growing sector of the state's agriculture economy, Governor Sam Brownback proclaimed August as Farmers Market Month in Kansas, and From the Land of Kansas helps to promote this initiative.
We're very excited to celebrate Kansas Farmers Market Month in August. The governor has issued a proclamation naming it Kansas Farmers Market Month, so we're celebrating all of the farmers, ranchers, and agribusinesses that exhibit at the farmers markets around the state.
During the month of August, the From the Land of Kansas team will visit markets in all of the state's 9 regions. They also plan to work with many farmers markets to promote the importance of shopping at local farmers markets, not only during August, but all season long.
There are more than 140 farmers markets in Kansas. Some of them range from the largest metro areas to some really small communities. They're a great place for people to gather, build that sense of community. They're a great place for farmers and ranchers to sell their products and really get that fresh local food out to the public.
Recently, a registration encouraged and promoted farmers markets across Kansas and provided limited liability for farmers markets.
Senate Bill 120 was established in 2013. Governor Sam Brownback created the Central Registration of Farmers Markets. So if you register your farmers market with the Kansas Department of Agriculture and the Central Registration, you receive a limited liability, which helps to protect the market and also gives you some great marketing opportunities by having a listing on our From the Land of Kansas website.
In addition to farmers markets, the state's agriculture trademark program, From the Land of Kansas, will promote Kansas agriculture and local business with K-State Sports.
So with From the Land of Kansas, we're excited to be entering into kind of our consumer season. The start of that is with our partnership with K-State Sports, and we will be one of the game day sponsors for the September 5th game versus South Dakota. This year it's going to be bigger than just us. They brought in some other ag organizations and ag companies, and it's going to be a Celebrate Kansas Agriculture Day. So we're excited to be part of that. It's really getting at the heart of Kansas consumers, what they're doing, trying to get them to think about ag in your game day. And so we're doing that by highlighting a lot of our From the Land of Kansas businesses there on September 5th at the game.
After the success of last year's event, From the Land of Kansas decided to expand the endeavor.
So last year was our first year at the K-State Auburn game, and we're excited to expand that this year in our second year with K-State. We will be having 2 sample tents, so one at the southeast corner and one at the southwest corner entrance to the stadium. And so we'll be able to feature even more Kansas companies there in the sample tent. So it's an awesome time for any consumer to walk up and get a little taste of Kansas, be able to sample a lot of different products from different companies, whether that be beef to cheese to barbecue sauce, different marinades, just really get a lot of snacks, things that you can put into your Kansas game day or take home and buy later. So kind of take your Kansas experience home with you. We're also going to be doing some different signage, so you'll see and hear us throughout the game, as well as we'll be doing some Kansas gift bags in the suites, further promoting our Kansas companies and getting people connected to the From Land of Kansas members.
Thank you for watching this program of Farm Factor on Ag AM in Kansas. For more of Farm Factor, or if you want to view this episode again, visit us on www.agamkansas.com, or you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. So have a good day with good luck.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers. To see this show and past episodes of Ag AM in Kansas, go online to agamandkansas.com.